Yo, 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 yo. Come on in, man. Come on in. Come on in.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Back in the evening, yeah, it's early. But you know what? Every time we see something pop up on the timeline or in the group chat or Twitter or anywhere on social media, there's always a chance to talk football. It's the off season, and guess what? Any topic that we can find to talk about that can bring change to Atlanta Falcons, guess what? God damn it, we're gonna talk about it. Yeah,
Oh yeah, man. I'm feeling good, feeling great. It's the afternoon. More news has come out. It's around that time. Free agency is getting close. What the combine's getting close. Scouting, free agency. This is a fun time. Some people say, the NFL is on break, but when you think about it, the NFL is right on par. The NFL is really year round. It's just we don't have football year round, but we have situations that's going on, and people are starting to make cuts. And could the Atlanta Falcons swoop in to get a few new players?
hey
Play
man,
them.
I wouldn't even be mad at it, bro. It's about time they stop in and try to get some things going in the right direction. Cause guess what? We got a lot of holes to fill on this roster, man. We need to add a lot of depth. When you need to add depth, anything you can do to add depth, you do it, man. And look, we know the money funny right now,
Mm-hmm.
but we get a raise this year, 20 to 25 million. I know some of that gonna go to Kirk Cousins, true enough, because I told y'all that, and I mean it. But you can reshuffle contracts like we talked about before. Um, you can reshuffle contracts. Um, you can cut cap casualties, as we call them.
Mm-hmm.
Cut people that you don't need, and guess what? People that you don't necessarily have to pay right now. Hey, you can push them contracts back too.
Yeah,
So hey,
man.
it
Front
happens.
load some stuff. Fronts load some
Hey,
stuff. Restructure some stuff. Some different things that can possibly come up, but we're about to get into it. But first things first, man. Let's start with one of our own, homegrown, before we get into the insurgents among us.
right. So tell y'all, man, Kyle Pitts is gonna be a hot topic all off season. We might not want to hear it. But God damn it, it's the truth. Because guess what? Everybody thinking now, and we talked about it long before now. Yeah, we always talk about things and somehow down the road it pops up. I don't know why we end up talking about it too early, but hey, it happens. But sometimes you can get ahead of yourself. But at the same time, guess what? You can't say, God damn it, we know it's coming because it's gonna come. But guess what? Let me backtrack a little bit. Can't be rude, man. Gotta say what's up to the chat. See, I'm
Mm-hmm.
getting ahead of myself. I'm getting ahead of myself.
Moving too fast, man. We got to slow down.
McQuavious Glass, what's up, my guy? And A1 said, "Free Ant Man, it's coming, man." Big
Free
Q,
Ant
what's up?
Man. That's my new hashtag, personal hashtag.
There you
Maybe
go,
make
start
may get
shit,
a shirt made. May get a shirt made just saying free Ant Man. I don't
man. Look, you see, you starting shit.
know.
D Mac, what's up, man? He said without his speed, what is he? Watching his mangled leg would give me pause, and I like this guy. He talking about Tyree Hill. We're gonna get into that in a second.
We're gonna get into it.
Uh, Bellows words on our off season is getting very interesting. Absolutely. Hewitt F, what's up, my guy? Swisher Sweet,
Huey,
what's
Swisher,
up, man?
Robert.
Robert Shaka, Carl Vincent,
Mm-hmm.
King ATL supporter.
What's
Hey,
happening?
Carl, you ain't missed nothing. You probably missed, the cuts that were made today. And since we got a lot of holes in this team, we're gonna talk about it in 1 second. But like I said, we're gonna talk about Kyle Pitts right quick and that franchise tag. And they were talking about franchise and tag
Mm-hmm.
and trade. Yes, that's right. I said trade. Franchise tag and trade. You remember I said something about that a couple months ago because I saw it. But now it's a reality that it could happen, and I'm not mad because guess what? Things like this happen all the time. But let's listen to Ian Rappaport right quick.
Yeah, and the
Now,
Falcons really
now
have
y'all
not much to
remember
play.
that. Y'all do remember that, right? So I'm looking on ESPN today, and this is what I saw. Um, this is what I end up seeing about the Kyle Pitts franchise tag. So the Atlanta Falcons considering the franchise tag for Kyle Pitts, who had a breakout season this year. The Falcons are expected to Pitts to retain him for the 26th season with a price tag of $15.9. This decision comes as the Falcons look to secure a long-term contract for Pitts, and they can tag him before they end up, giving him a long-term deal. Now that 15.9 could go back down just a little bit to about 15, and to be around 3 years, about 48 million, or 3 years, 45 million, somewhere in there. And with you get a long-term deal done, then you can move the contract around as you please. You can front load it, you can back load it, you can do what you need to do. But at the same time, that the reason why they got to get it done, because that 1 year is going to go straight to the cap, no cuts, no pushback, no nothing. So that's the difference between the franchise tag. But go ahead, because I don't want to take up our time, but go ahead and tell me what you think about the franchise.
The franchise tag, we've been down this road. Honestly, it makes sense for the Falcons to franchise tag him. Why would you lose him for nothing? He was the highest drafted tight end in history. You decided to do that. Okay. Bumps and bruises have happened down the line, but regardless, we know that the talent of Kyle Pitts is there. It's just about the consistency, about the engagement, keeping him engaged in the games. I'm telling you, and I said, if you're going to make him a focal point in your offense, then I think you should have a conversation on trying to keep him to stay. But if he's going to be buried in the depth chart to be like the third, fourth, fifth option, depending on what weapons you bring in, there is no point in paying Kyle Pitts $15 million because he is not a focal point.
Yeah.
It only makes sense if he's a focal point. But if I'm the Falcons, I franchise tag him regardless, whether if I'm going to trade him or whether if I tell him, hey, go do it again. Let me see you do it again. Because first of all, it's a smart business move, and why would you just lose him for nothing? So, at the end of the day, regardless of whether we're going to keep him in the future or not, I think it is smart, as a business move to franchise tag him and then see if you can move him then, or, just try to see if he can replicate. And if he doesn't replicate, then guess what? You can just let him go the next time. But I think you just should tag him and try to trade him if you don't want him to be a focal point.
Right. Second trade I was talking about, shout out to Blog and Dirty. I couldn't find it on ESPN, but I did read it yesterday. And this is what Jeremy Fowler ESPN said, and we always get news from Jeremy Fowler because, he be on it.
He be on it,
but
man.
It says, according to Jeremy Fowler, that is what the front office is planning to do, is franchise tag him, even with the expensive price that'll follow. This week is the week when franchise tag window opens up, so expect Pitts to be one of the biggest names tagged. And usually they do this I've seen them do it with a kicker before. Wasn't it Matt Bryant that we franchise tagged 1 year because we didn't want to use it on nobody else? I think it was Matt Bryant, and it happened to Younghoe Koo before. So, sometimes these type things happen. But it said there's some momentum around the league. Now, as I talk to people that Pitts could be franchise tagged at 16.3, Jeremy Fowler reported Sunday a lot of people I've talked with other teams and other agents think that will happen. Atlanta has not made a firm determination yet on Pitts' future, but if he does go to free agency, he's going to make a lot of coins. He's going to be looking for improved quarterback play. And let me tell y'all again, and I will say this again and again, and I will stand by this. If I'm looking at Kyle Pitts and Drake London, and I'm looking to save money, Drake has got to be the odd man out. And I'm going to keep saying it. Because think about it. If you're trying to build this team the right way, and you got to pay one wide receiver $30 million and only a tight end half of that, then guess what? You're going to make the cost-effective move, right? Didn't Ian Cunningham say he was going to be smart with, the cap space, the roster, saving money, not making, crazy moves? Doesn't that mean Drake London could be the odd man out? I think so. But tell me what you think right quick.
Man, I ain't gonna lie to you. It's just, to me, if I'm wondering between the two, I get the cost-effective move is Kyle Pitts, but I feel like the most productive move is Drake London. I understand. Like, now I get what you're saying about the money. I'm with you on that to a degree, but at the end of the day, like I said too, we can't have no control over what the market is. The market goes up every year. And one thing about it, Drake London, as long as he stays healthy and still stays on his projection, he's really in line, Smitty, with what the market is. Like, again, we can't have no control over it. We never have. But at the end of the day, the market is what it is. And I'm just saying, as far as value, and I know what I'm getting fully, yes, Kyle Pitts is the mismatch going across the middle and everything. But who's to say that at certain times Drake isn't a mismatch? You can you've seen that you can move Drake around too, slot outside, so all things like that too. So it's like, and he's a better blocker.
But A1, I'm just saying, I'm just going by what Ian told us. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, of course.
And he said basically he's got to try to get more draft capital. We've got to work on fixing that. We only have 5 picks going into the draft. But go ahead.
Yeah, I agree, brother. I just feel like Drake London, okay, because if you get rid of him, you don't have nobody for you right now.
But I agree with that 100%. I agree with that 100%. But this draft alone is a wide receiver heavy draft. So if you decide to make that move, this would be the perfect time. I mean, that's all I'm saying. I'm just looking at where he said in the draft as a whole. And we're gonna put together some shows for draft prospects. I was gonna do them one by one, but that'll take up too much time. So we're gonna come up with shows for draft prospects for each position that we need, and we'll use that going into the draft because the combine is coming soon. I think it's next week if I'm not mistaken, or later this week. So I mean we got to get a push on, but I'm just saying we got to get draft capital and draft wide receivers. This is a wide receiver heavy draft, man. It is. But
I will admit this too, though, bro. Like, and I like this comment right here because this is true. Cunningham needs to fix, so with Fontenot, Smith, Morris, all their mistakes, and we're gonna lose somebody. It's unfortunate, but it's the game. It is, regardless.
Thank you, Trey. That's all I'm saying.
Gonna be gone.
He made my point blank, period. You got to lose somebody. Whether it's Drake, whether it's Jesse Bates, Kyle Pitts, somebody's got to go.
You lose Drake London, you're going to need 2 wide receivers.
Agreed. But at the same time, with what Kyle Pitts presents on the field, with a decent quarterback, and now, with an offensive staff that can probably get him the football, I have no problem with losing Drake. And like somebody said in the chat, yes, this is a draft full of wide receiver 2s, but at the same time, there's always that one receiver that's going to step up that nobody expected. A la Antonio Brown, a la Amon-Ra St. Brown. There's always guys in the draft that are going to step up to be a solid number 1 that nobody, sees coming. But when you talk about possibly trading him, I get that part too, because that buys into what I'm saying also. If you franchise tag him and trade him, you get no less than a 2nd round pick. And depending on who it is, like I said with Drake, if it's somebody at the bottom of the 1st or the middle of the 1st, like a Kansas City, you go to the bottom of the 1st, Buffalo. I mean Philadelphia. And yeah, I said Philadelphia because he's a Philadelphia kid. He would probably like to go home and play. But
okay,
I mean, hey,
okay,
go ahead.
Getting rid of Drake London, are you feeling confident with Kyle Pitts being your number 1 receiver?
That's a damn good question. The reason why I say I would be comfortable with Kyle Pitts is because what I said earlier. Now that we have an offensive staff that can develop quarterbacks, no matter who we bring in, and there's another name out there, and I'm gonna get to that. And my boy Bredo brought it up first, and I looked a little bit more into it. But when you bring in, a bridge quarterback, no matter who that be, or if Michael Penix comes back on time, I'm satisfied with Kyle Pitts. Michael Penix is satisfied with Kyle Pitts, but it's just at $30 million for me. I would, I told you I would love for Drake to retire Falcons, But when you talk about money, if you can let Deion Sanders walk, you can let anybody walk. That's all I'm saying. But Willie, thank you for the donation, my brother. Truly appreciate it. As always. Y'all drop them super chats while y'all let it. But go ahead, Chris. My bad.
Oh no, it's all good, man. I'm just sitting here, just really just thinking, and I'm like, the money is the issue with Drake London. If Drake London and Kyle Pitts was both $15 million, I really don't even believe we're having this discussion. I think we just go with Drake London and just go be done with it. But I understand that the money is also hurting everything. So it's like, but ultimately, I just feel like I can get more if I can get more if I trade Drake London, yes. But I feel like I get more if I keep Drake London as well. And that's no slight to Kyle Pitts at all, because I want to keep both, because I think if you keep both, you're a better team. But again, we're not most likely going to be able to keep both, because we still got Bijan Robinson to take care of.
I agree with that. 100%. And this is what I'm saying. If the Falcons get them to get Drake to take less money and Kyle Pitts to Drake take just a little bit less than what the franchise tag is, both of those players, if you can get both of those players for $40 million, I think you're cooking with fish grease. Because at any point in those contracts, you can rework and push that, kick the can down the road, as we always say, and you won't have a problem. Because guess what? After you pay Drake $30 million and pay Kyle 15, 16, you got to pay Bijan 20 the next. So we heading back into the Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, Deion Jones territory again. And I don't want to do that. And look, this is a perfect point. Puka Nacua stepped up for the round. He was a 5th round pick. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It's going to always be that guy that can come in and do the job. It just up and see, can you go get that guy?
Right. But it also, I do believe in that old song, ain't nothing like the real thing, baby. And you got that right there in front of your face with Drake London. Why do you have to go guesstimate? Why do you have to go scout? Why do you have to go crapshoot for another wide receiver when you already know what Drake can do?
Facts.
Like sometimes you do have to pay some guys some time. Like you can't always keep kicking the can down the road as far as like, okay, not this guy. Let's see about the next guy. Then what about the next guy that doesn't work out? Or the next guy that doesn't work out? Then, Julio Jones deserved every bit of money that he got except for that second go around in the middle of a contract. That's the only thing I disagreed with. But outside of that, Julio earned every dollar. All I'm saying is just because Drake ain't Julio don't mean Drake ain't going out there earning every dollar.
Oh, he definitely earned every dollar because he was on the pace for another 1,000-yard season before that injury. But at the same time, injuries are what, cost a lot of players contracts. But Gabriel, we had to pay more than those 3 players. Jesse Bates has 1 more year left on his deal. Matthew Bergeron is almost up for a deal. If they try to bring Tyler Algier back, that's another player.
That's honestly who I'm still talking about bringing back over Kyle Pitts. Because you want to talk about cost effective? Tyler Algier could be cost effective, even cheaper than Kyle Pitts. And guess what? He's giving you more touchdowns than Kyle Pitts. He's also put more fear into the defense than Kyle Pitts, only because he's coming out that backfield with pure malice. And when he's coming, they have to make business decisions. Am I going to try to tackle this man? Or am I going to try to make a business decision and act like I'm trying to tackle him and just get out of his way? Because you already know he'll run you slap over. And again, you have a quarterback coming off of a knee injury. What's something that can help that quarterback get into rhythm? A run game, not necessarily just a tight end, but the run game, especially a duo as in Bijan Robinson and Tyler Algier, that would make any quarterback feel at ease when they turn around and hand the ball off.
Facts. And I didn't even throw out Kate Ellis yet. So, y'all talking about that's on this player, that's only that player. Oh, yeah, we got a lot of players to pay. And, a lot of them are on rookie contracts. But at the same time, those contracts right around the corner, 3 years in the NFL go by just like that. Then you just got to be mindful who you pay. Now, the Eagles get away with this because they're not scared to make the tough moves. And y'all got to think, with James Ellis possibly being out, not James Ellis, James Pierce possibly being out for the season and probably, for an extended period of time, we got to go find other edge rushers. And we're going to get into that in 1 second. But since we talking about wide receiver, but let me read this super chat first. Jay Black, appreciate you, my guy. Chris Lynch and Bates can have their contracts restructured, along with Kirk being cut, give us money to keep Pitts and London, along with a free agent wide receiver. And the thing with that, Jay Black, Bates cannot have his contract restructured. What they can do is extend him,
yeah,
give him an extension, and backload the contract, and that way, with the money. So, I just think if they sign him to a new deal, that's one contract out the way. But then you got to think about Caden Ellis. Will he take around what he made here? No, before? No. He's going to be in the 10 to 12 million range. I think he was at like 8 million on his previous contract in the last year. So now he's going to be 10 to 12 million. One team that everybody is predicting him to go to is to go out there with his brother Christian in Denver under his former coach Sean Payton in New Orleans. And it makes a lot of sense. So Jay Black, yeah, I get what you're saying, but go ahead.
But my thing is, I don't have a problem. Me personally, now, I don't have a problem extending Jesse Bates because I don't necessarily want to throw Xavier Watts, even though he had a great rookie season. I'm not ready to throw Xavier Watts out there into the starting lineup by himself. I want one, possibly 2 more years of Jesse Bates because he's still playing at a high level. Okay? And at the end of the day,
yeah,
there's a possibility you could lose Caden Ellis this offseason. You can't lose Ellis and Bates on your defense, okay?
Right, and that's the 2 leaders of the defense. Absolutely.
So absolutely. I just want to be real. Like, you're not going to be able to keep everybody. I get it. But there are certain guys that just do something for your locker room. And my thing is, I would prioritize possibly Jesse Bates extension so you can get some more money and some in the cap space. Like, I understand and I feel what y'all saying sometimes, about Tyler Algier. I feel that, family, when you're saying about if you got Bijan, you don't need Tyler, but I respectfully disagree. That is the main reason why you need Tyler. Because all it takes is one wrong move and Bijan Robinson is gone. At the end of the day, I want Tyler Algier and Bijan Robinson to bounce off one another, protect one another, and save each other so both of them can be fresh in the postseason, hopefully when we get there, and then also more years down the line. I really believe that they can play off one another and help protect one another. But I'm not saying that I'm just automatically assuming something is going to happen to Bijan, but I'm not going to sit here and be naive like something can't happen to Bijan Robinson at any given time. So that's all I'm just thinking about.
And you remember us saying that you remember saying it about 3 months ago, or maybe 4 months ago. It was probably around week 10, week 11. And we were throwing out the idea that he could get traded as well because sometimes, when you talk about value and you're trying to build a Super Bowl winning team, the most important position is quarterback. But at the same time, when you have a superstar running back and you can get 3 first-round picks, who says no to that? Didn't Saquon Barkley lead the Giants? Look at what he did. Eric Dickerson got traded from the Rams to the Colts. I mean, it happens. Marshall Faulk got traded from the Colts to the Rams. It happens.
Hey, wait a minute now. Now I feel that, he did have some games where he only had 5 carries. Who fault is that? Not his. We already know that's Zach Robinson. That's Zach Robinson.
Yep. Facts. Let's see. D. Craig, what's up, my guy? Thank you for the donation as always, my guy. He said, if Penix, Walker, Watts, and Bowman work out being good, then we'll have to pay them eventually. This is a good problem to have. Absolutely, it's a good problem to have. I'm just saying, it's timing is everything. If you had to trade Bijan and you keep that $20 million on the books, what if there is a superstar player out there that's just a little bit less than that $20 million, say like If he's 20 to 25 million, you go get a star player for 15. Let's say 12 to 15, and you save that extra money. That's another role, a strong role player that you can bring in with that change. And see, this is what we saying. It's not about that we don't want the superstar players. It's about the team at the end of the day. When you building a team, you got to be smart as the moves that you make. Everybody can't make the Philadelphia Eagles move. The reason why the Philadelphia Eagles get all those players is because some players, when you're on a championship caliber team, they willing to take a pay cut to get that Super Bowl ring. That's the difference. If Atlanta was in a position as to where they won a Super Bowl and they already have a good team, you would have veteran players that would come to Atlanta and say, hey, we'll take a pay cut to get to this team to try to get to another Super Bowl. But we're not in that spot, and we trying to get to that spot. So whatever we have to do to get to that spot in that time, we got to do it no matter what. Because as I told y'all, Jerry Rice didn't finish his career as a 49er, neither did Joe Montana. So it happens.
Mm-hmm. But man, I know we've been talking nearly 30. See what I'm saying? See how much Kyle Pitts himself alone can spark a conversation. Because it went to Drake London, then it went to Bijan Robinson and Tyler Algier, and then you got Jesse Bates and everybody, etc. All that sparked from just the Kyle Pitts conversation alone. Almost 30 minutes. Yeah. But guess what? We're gonna get into those free agents, right?
It gets out of hand fast, man. It gets out of hands fast. But we talking about wide receivers, and there was one in Miami that was cut today, and y'all put it in the chat already. I told you we're gonna get into it right quick. Soon to be 32-year-old Tyreek Hill, 8-time Pro Bowler, tore up his ACL and dislocated his knee, and will be an unrestricted free agent for the first time in his NFL career. His release will say the Dolphins $22.8 million against the salary cap, and guess what? He didn't have no guaranteed money, so you will have to pay him again if you want his services. No, he will not be the same, and I think he will go somewhere where he's a legit number 2 receiver, because the number 1 in his career is over with.
No,
after that injury,
yeah, I didn't even know after that bad injury, as it was, bro. I didn't know it was bad as it was. I mean, see, now the thing about it is, I didn't see it live. I saw like a clip. And honestly, the clip that I saw was only like 10 seconds, and I never did go pay attention to watch the entire play like on YouTube or anything. So I knew that it was a dislocated knee, but then I had read that the ACL was still intact, and I was like, well, that's extremely rare. He was blessed. But now they're saying torn ACL, but that's normal with a complete dislocation of the knee. That ACL normally gets torn in that process. So he's recovering from a knee and an ACL.
Just like Mike Penix, he had a full reconstruction as well. Clay said problem is Tyler feels like he should be starting, and he should, and there's not enough carries there. Absolutely, Clay. Absolutely. But go ahead, my bad.
I'm just saying just about Tyreek though. My thing is, he's immediately a free agent. He can sign to whatever deal that you wanted to. If you're bringing in a Tyreek Hill, what are you even offering him?
Ooh, boy. That's a damn good question.
I mean, he's from Georgia, by the way. From Georgia.
Yes, South Georgia. Absolutely. South Georgia. Man. He was scheduled to make $30 million. So I'm thinking his starting point is going to be anywhere from 12.5 to 15. And that's even with a torn ACL. And do you want to pay a guy like that? I'm sorry,
Tariq, I can't give you $12 million. Not starting off.
But I mean, look, somebody's going to give it to him. And first team I'm thinking about is his former team, Kansas City.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're going to need some receivers anyway. Rashid Rice is out there, but Rashid Rice, he can't do it all by himself. And, it's like they got Rashid Rice and a bunch of gadget guys. And then you got Travis Kelce, but who even knows if he's even going to be back? And Kansas City is another place that has been brought up multiple times about Kyle Pitts. So that's another situation which you have too. Honestly, I mean, he's going to be turning 32, but my biggest problem is you got a speed guy coming off of a knee and ACL tear. No matter what the name is, no matter what the workouts look like, you know, et cetera, I am concerned about the first year of Tyreek Hill back on the field. Because, of course, we know it takes a second to get things going. So his first year may not even be, you know, it's really a good year. And then we're talking about he'll be 33 the following year. My point is Tyreek going to be getting stronger as he's getting older? I don't necessarily think so. I think, honestly, at the max,
but
Falcons will be off for 1 year, 10 mil at the max.
Right. And don't get me wrong. This is where I think Tyreek Hill has the advantage when it comes to a wide receiver position. He's a veteran. So when you talk about him just being a vertical, you know, down the field guy, at this point in his career, he knows how to work the field. And he's a run after the catch guy. You can line him up in the slot. You can line him outside, anywhere on the field. Yeah, you can line him up in the backfield. But if you have a legit number one receiver and take pressure off him, I think it makes him even more dangerous. He doesn't even have to be as fast because he's a 4-2 guy. Let's get that out the way. He's a 4-2 guy. And even with a knee injury, he's still a legit 4-4 guy. So if you have a Drake London and some more weapons around him and say you bring in a Kyle Pitts or you go out and get a Dawson Knox, a legit tight end, you can bring him in. But I agree with that price. When you talk about 12.5 as a starting point for a 32-year-old coming off of an ACL tear, yeah, that's a lot. But
and he was a speed guy.
Right.
I just can't do it, brother. I just can't do it in good conscience. Like, I'd rather go get somebody out the draft before I have to pay him so much amount of money. I do believe that he'll possibly get picked up by somebody, but I think it's going to be a reasonable deal. I mean, it has to be. I'm sorry, that dislocated knee and your ACL on somebody that speed is the key to your game. That's just tough for me, man. As much as I like Tyreek Hill, I've always liked Tyreek Hill as far as a football player. I just can't do it for that price. And especially not with the fact that we have so many other players that we could be spending money on instead of Tyreek Hill.
And another thing I can see, A1, is he might not even be expensive at all. If he goes to the right team in the right situation, he may play for the vet minimum. You got to think, I can't see all the money he's made because he got all them damn kids. But you got to think about, you know, the money he's made so far in his career. So if he goes to the right team, a championship contender, yeah, he may start off at vet minimum or, you know, what they call it, the vet minimum for his position. And his position right now is about $6 or $7 million. And I could start right there, and that's fair. Because he's been in the league, he's put up the numbers, he's a multiple-time Pro Bowler, so he's warranted. But when you start at a double-digit range, oh, yeah, that's where the problem starts. But D. Craig said, us having this debate shows how talented our Falcons are. As fans, we get too emotionally invested in these players, and that's all I'm saying, man. That's all we saying.
That is right.
All we saying. Miss Stephanie, what's good? Dan said Hill at this point would be signing Julio's last contract. 1 year prove-it deal. Absolutely, Dan. Absolutely. Ghost Peppers, what's good, my guy? Let's see. Jared Clay said, quick question. JP can play till he go to court. No.
I don't think it's gonna be like that.
I think I think he's gonna be on the commission exempt list. If you want me to be honest. I think that's where he's headed. And they said, just like the Falcons, if the Falcons said they waiting on a legal process, the NFL is doing the same thing. So, I mean, who was that got there? It was Rashee Rice, right? That got his court date pushed back. And by him getting his court date pushed back, and that's why this question is coming. Rashee Rice got his court date pushed back. They allowed him to play. But I think This is just a
But
different situation. And it was an accident with Rashid Rice. This is domestic violence. We going into the Ray Rice, Kareem Hunt type situation. So I would say no. I don't think he will be able to play. But at the same time, I mean, hey, we just have to wait and see. D Cred, we're gonna get into that in 1 second. But
yeah,
go ahead, Chris.
yeah. I mean, even with him, with Rasheed Rice, I know. Of course, he had the time July 2025. He was sentenced to 30 days in jail and 5 years
Right.
of probation after pleading guilty to the 2 felony charges about the collision and the serious bodily injury and whatnot. But apparently, early January 2026, Rice's former girlfriend and mother of his children posted the allegations of long-term abuse on social media. So this is something new, and it's domestic violence allegations that Rasheed Rice is actually facing. From Rasheed Rice is actually facing right now. So he got
Man.
some more stuff going on.
Yeah. Well, what your boy Chris Brown say? They ain't loyal.
Hey
But they
man,
getting that money that they want. It could go south any day.
and of course we don't know if there's real abuse going on or what. To some women,
No.
abuse is the fact that you ain't buy them the new purse. I hate to
Verbal abuse.
for some women, you know, you got to be careful
Right.
with that abuse.
I mean,
word.
we don't know. We weren't there. But it could be physical abuse. It could be verbal abuse. Abuse is abuse.
Right.
Strapped up said Tank Dale coming up the same injury as watching him work. Yeah, but Tank Dale is 7 years younger than Tyreek Hill.
Tank
And he's
Dale,
fast too.
yeah,
Tyreek
I'll
Hill is
take a risk
32
on
years
Tank
old. That's the
Dale.
difference.
Yeah, I'll take a risk on Tank Dale. He still got upside. He still got a lot of chances to come back. And again, not saying that Tyreek Hill is old. Not saying that Tyreek Hill can't come back from this. All I'm saying is, are the Falcons in a situation to where they can afford to wait on him or possibly miss on him? Nope, we not. That's all I'm saying about him. But the next guy, we can talk about the
at
next
all.
guy.
D. Chris said we need to sign Bradley Chubb. Yeah,
That's
I
what we're about
mean,
to get
look,
into.
we need another edge rush, and just because what we just said, that's what we just said about Pierce. We don't know what's going to happen with that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the news. One thing about Jordan Schultz, man, when you talk about news, he your guy. So let's get out of this banner right here of Tyreek Hill, since we don't talked about that. And because there's one more name that we might bring up, and y'all might not like that one either, but at the same time, it's still a need. And when there's a need, I mean, hey, it happens. But yeah, Bradley Chubb, cut by the Dolphins, 2-time Pro Bowler. Y'all remember he got drafted by the Broncos, stayed there for a while. Now he's 29 years old, and like I tell y'all, don't worry about the age, because defensive players, edge rusher, they can play till they're 40 damn near. So he's still young by a long shot. In 2 seasons in Miami, in 23 and 25. I'm sorry, 3 seasons. But 2 full seasons, because in 3 he was there 3 seasons, but 24 he tore his ACL. 23 and 25, 20 sacks, 8 forced fumbles, 117 tackles. He should have a nice market, and he will have a nice market. So, Chris, Jordan Schultz, what's your thoughts right quick?
Oh, well, I ain't gonna lie to you. I would do the Bradley Chubb thing. I would give him a deal, or I would offer him a deal similar to how we offered to Leonard Floyd, because he would be pretty much the new Leonard Floyd, a little younger. So it's a possibility you possibly could sign him to a multi-year deal. But as far as veteran presence, that's what I'm looking for him to possibly come in and do, to help continue to advance our young guys, and to continue to be a force. I mean, 20 sacks in the last 2 years, 8 forced fumbles, 117 tackles. Honestly, yes, I'll take that in Atlanta to help our defense and retool it. You don't know what's going to happen with James Pierce Jr., and we just cannot sit up here and just assume that he's going to be there available week 1. It just would be foolish for us to do that until we get all the facts and until other things come out. So, regardless, Bradley Chubb, they're
29 years old. I keep telling y'all, that's not old. That's not old at all, man.
Heck no, 29. That's what I'm saying. Again, honestly could offer him a multi-year deal, possibly. I'm just saying we've had guys who've been 31, 32, 33, 37, 38, Calais Campbell. So again, it's like why not call up Bradley Chubb at this point? Why not?
And you got to think, man, we talk about double-digit sacks we just lost in James Pierce. Guess what? We got to find some way to replace it. I mean, and if you go out and get a veteran, that's one less piece you got to add through the draft. So I mean, come on with it. Let's go. What y'all got in the chat, man? Jay Shroom says, is he too old? No, he's not. Nowhere near. Slim said, I think Tyreek wants to go back and play with Mahomes. I can see that. Jared Clay said, this some bull crap because we was heading up. Walker got to step up. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Pursuing Tyreek Hill would be a high risk, high reward for the Falcons with this elite speed. Evaluate the offense to be one of the best options. Yes, at 32, dislocated torn ligament pass.
I'm saying, Ghost Pepper. I like Tyreek, I do, but I can't afford to take that risk on you this year and possibly now. This was maybe next year or something like that, and he's already shown that hey, like my knee is good. I just need an opportunity. Then maybe we'll talk about it. But like you said, high risk, high reward, and it also could be a high risk, high disaster. Because I mean, what if something would have happened again and you gave him like a 1 year, $15 million, and now $15 million has been pissed down the toilet? Again, I just feel like Bradley Chubb, that's strengthening something that's a strength already, and that is your defense. Getting Nate Ollie, having Nate Ollie put his hands on Bradley Chubb to insert him on this defensive line. I like that move better than trying to go get a 32-year-old guy who's a speed guy coming off a knee and ACL. Right. That's all.
Yeah, and think about it too. Losing James Pierce possibly, and also losing Caden Ellis. That's two of your good pass rushes. So you got to go out and get a veteran guy to replace. So I mean, it's just the right thing to do at the end of the day. Drake Murphy, what's up, my guy? He said, yes, sir, I'm all in. 2-time Pro Bowl Bradley Chubb. JD Bertrand is not it. Absolutely. I hope he get cut. And I hate people to lose their job. Can't stay healthy. We got to have and need more linebacker besides Divine Diablo. And see, Divine Diablo is really the only middle linebacker under contract right now. The only middle linebacker. And I keep seeing people say Jalen Walker. Jalen Walker is an edge rusher. And now he's even going to be more of an edge rusher with James Pierce out. Now, he could play off-ball linebacker and play in the middle some, but at the same time, when you lose edge rusher, you got to replace them. So now you got to go out and find another middle linebacker. If you can't resign Caden Ellis, and another guy that's on my radar is CJ Allen from Georgia. He may be there in the second round, and he'll be a nice replacement. But hey, we'll see.
Yeah, man, we're gonna see exactly what's going on. And honestly, now this last one gonna be funny. I said this last one gonna be funny, and I ain't gonna lie to you. JD Bertrand, we know that he's not it. I mean, if you want to keep him on for special teams or something like that, then okay, you can possibly do something. But honestly, I got a guy that can possibly come in here and help the linebacker core and also help on special teams too. So, but I'm gonna drop a video on that particular guy very soon because I already got some things already planned. Yes, I did say Quay Walker as well. I like Quay Walker. We'll see about what the price tag gonna be on that. But if y'all ain't checked that out, make sure y'all check out a video that I did on my page about Quay Walker to Atlanta and how he was used and how he could possibly fit, so with Divine Diablo, all that good stuff. So Falcons have some options, man. I just hope that we make the right moves and the smart moves. And again, I will take Bradley Chubb. I will take it. Kiddo said you gamble on 2 quarterbacks. Why not? because you don't want to keep continue starting a bad trend, man. You taking chances on certain guys, I get it, but you don't want to have to keep taking chance at the chance. It's got to be you got to start getting some guarantees. And honestly, I do want to start going after more and more players who don't have an injury history.
Right. And see, the thing about injuries, man, they could happen to anybody anytime. Mm-hmm. I mean, it just happens. I mean, it's something that we can't do. And when injuries pop up, guess what? We can't do nothing about it. But like Chris said, man, here's another that I know y'all won't like, but y'all just got to hear us out because we just talking. It's just a conversation. So don't jump off the rails because I mean we just having a conversation, but it happens. But here's another one that a lot of us don't want to talk about is the quarterback position. And look, here is something that's been out there for a while. Dolphins are looking for a trade partner for Tua Tagovailoa, which they probably won't get. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it funky. Let's keep it 100. They probably won't get that. So guess what? They may release him. So if he's released and not traded, should the Atlanta Falcons throw their ring in the hat? And now look, I know he has concussion issues, but at the same time, he's only going to be a bridge guy. So by him being a bridge quarterback and possibly a backup after that, who says no?
Me. I say no. I say no. Hey, oh man, oh gosh, it's just like because okay, if he gets released, it's like okay,
he'll be on the vet minimum. He'll be on the vet minimum if he was released. But go ahead.
Yeah, vet minimum. It's just like my goodness. I will tell you this though. If you bring in Tua on a vet minimum, I do feel like he'll be better than Easton Stick. I just don't know how much better than Easton Stick. Oh man, it honestly, man, they tried to cater everything for Tua down in Miami, and it still just didn't work. They figured out, honestly, the offense got figured out because Tua got figured out. There's only so much that he can really do. And then also with the concussions and all that stuff like that to go into it, I just feel like, honestly, there go another situation to where the Falcons, it can be tempting, but the Falcons may need to step away from it, honestly, unless it can be just favorable for the Falcons. There are other options that you can try. And maybe that was like an emergency glass if you try to go get Tua. I just honestly don't believe in Tua. I'm not trying to be down on the man. I know backyard football, he probably all-time quarterback, all that good stuff like that. But again, we're talking about the NFL. And maybe he could be the next Sam Darnold. We don't know. But it doesn't mean that the Atlanta Falcons are going to be able to get the best out of him. I just think, mechanics-wise, mentally-wise, and just talent-wise, the things may have passed by on Tua Tagovailoa, man.
Okay, so he on the one of the things that I don't like is his height. He's only 6'1", about 225, so he's on the small side. But you said you don't think that numbers wise, he won't fit. But I digress because if you're looking at his numbers right here in talent. 2023 as a Pro Bowler, he threw for 4,600 yards, 29 touchdowns. So when you talk about him being, talent wise, he's there. It's the injury history that concerns me. But if he's just a bridge guy as to where he playing 5 to 6 games, or if at the least 8 games. Because if we're not where we need to be at the trade deadline and he's on a vet minimum contract, you can get another quarterback at the trade deadline or you can get a free agent. But I'm talking about contract-wise, this is a smart move. And it's the same thing with Kyler Murray as we talked about. He's another veteran quarterback that could be released and be playing on a vet minimum because he's getting a big contract from somewhere else, sort of like Russell Wilson did a couple of years ago. So these are the type things that we just think about, man. When you talk about money and being cost effective, these are the type moves that you have to make. You can't go out and sign a quarterback that's on a 15-20 million dollar pay scale, because we talk about Malik Willis. Yes, he's only his third year, but at the same time, guess what? He's going to be 15-20 million dollars because he's going to be sought after. And when they get into a bidding war, it could get up to 25 million. So, I mean, it happens.
Yeah, man.
But
it's
Huey
tough,
Elf say before you go, it's a no more inaccurate left-handed quarterbacks. But the thing about it, he's not as inaccurate as y'all try to make it seem. He's not. Look at his completion percentage the last 3 years, last 4 years, last 3 years especially. He's between 67 and 72. That's not bad at all.
I mean, honestly, I just rather take I rather trust, Michael Penix Jr. I think he has the better arm talent. He has the better accuracy, if you ask me too. I understand that he's young, but I mean, I'm just looking at where Tua is and where Michael Penix is, and I think Michael Penix is going to pass Tua up easily. So, I mean, again, maybe if we had Mike McDaniels as an OC or a head coach, maybe it'll make more sense. But I honestly just feel like Tua's ability and how defenses figured out the offense with Tua in it. That's why the last 2 years, I mean, after the Pro Bowl year, the last 2 years have been dismal with injuries and also just quarterback play. Because I think the defenses finally honed in on Tua, figured out what he do well, take that away. And again, you're looking at it outside of the injuries. Look at the way that he progresses. Some of those footballs. And again, I understand what Tua said about I throw it to a spot. I don't throw it to the receiver. I get that. But sometimes when you're trying to anticipate the throws, they go back the other way.
Yep. If you read it wrong, they going back the other way. D. Craig said, "Give me Joe Flacco. Great vet for Penix. Absolutely agree, 200%. But even he was 4.25 last year. So I mean, look, when you talk about the vet minimum, I'm talking about $1-2 million at the most. Because if Tua gets cut, he's still going to get about 35 million from the Dolphins, maybe more than that. No, it may be more than that because he's going to get paid for 2 more years because they're going to be on the hook for $100 million over the next 2 years. So he can get anywhere from 35 to 40 million from the Dolphins, and he signed a contract. There's only going to be $1 to $2 million vet minimum, so it's not going to be much. Kyler, he's about in that. It won't be $100 million for the Cardinals, but I think he's due, 41 this year and 45 next year. But total, they will probably have to pay him about 35 to 40 million, and he's going to be on a vet contract if he gets cut. So these are the type moves that you have to think about, especially when they're saying that Michael Penix is their quarterback of the future, and they just need a guy to get them through until he comes back. And think about it. If you just sign Kyler or Tua to a 1-year deal, after the year is over, you move on and you go find another backup. So it's nothing long term. It's just 1 year.
Yeah, you definitely could do that. Again, I do like that question about you were saying wouldn't bringing in Tua Kyler hurt Penix. Well, the only way that hurt Penix is if they perform well in a new setting to where it's like, well, dang, they playing really well with the Atlanta Falcons, and maybe they just needed a change of scenery. Then you're going to start a little bit of a quarterback controversy. I admit.
Yeah.
But again, it just all depends on what the Falcons want to do and who they believe in. And I believe they believe in Michael Penix. You're going to have to find a bridge quarterback or at least somebody that can come in anyway. I just don't believe that the guys that you have behind Michael Penix, because already assuming Kirk Cousins is gone, you'll have like Easton Stick and I think Emory Jones. And I'm just saying, do you guys believe that one of those two guys can fit the bill, should I say, if something would have happened to Michael Penix?
See, and that's the thing. We don't want these guys, but as veterans, they our best bet.
Amazing.
Think about it. You don't look.
It's got to make sense.
There's nothing against these young quarterbacks. But in today's NFL, if you looking at what's going on in San Francisco with Mac Jones, San Francisco don't want to trade him because they know Brock Purdy could get hurt at any moment.
At any moment.
And when you pay him $50 million, you better have a nice backup. So
and it's like if they do trade them, they're gonna ask for something crazy. I already know it. They're gonna ask for
I think I heard second round being thrown around, and I get it. I mean, if you need a quarterback and he's been around for a while, he's a veteran. I get it. I would pay that second rounder. Because guess what? He's still 27, 28 years old. So
again,
I mean,
you do that, you gotta offer him a contract though, Smitty. It don't make sense.
But with Kirk Cousins being on the book this year, he don't have to sign a contract this year. You can sign him to an extension this year and it start next year. Kirk Cousins only be a 12.5 next year against the cap. And you can absorb that right up because the extra money you get to absorb that up. So you starting over fresh at quarterback in 2027. So if Matt Jones comes in and you bring him in, now we've talked about this and he's doing what he needs to do. Guess what? Penix might not even play another down there, Donna. And don't get me wrong.
Thing though, bro. That's what I'm saying.
It's not. But at the same time, you still got a young quarterback who's only 2 years older than Penix, or 1 year. So I mean, what's the difference?
The difference
if it's a fit for the system, it's a fit for the system. And think about it. Think about this too. The contract that you pay Mac Jones, if it's 3 years, is let's say it's $15-20 million. 3 years, $45 million. When Michael Penix's contract comes up, they're not going to sign him to a fifth-year option. They're going to have to pay him more than that because he's younger. So, it's frustrating. It's frustrating to talk about, but at the same time, you got to make logical sense of the quarterback position. How we've been in a hole so long, and you just got to make the right move when the right move presents itself. That's all I'm saying.
But again,
go ahead, my bad.
I'm telling you, Smith, it just doesn't make any sense to trade your second round pick and you don't have any picks to begin with. So you're going to go into it with 4 picks. Then you got to sign this guy to an extension.
No. I said the second round pick would be worth it. I'm not saying the Falcons would do that. I just said it would be worth it no matter who they trade for.
But that's what I'm saying.
No matter who trades for him.
But that's what I'm saying. The topic is Mac Jones. So if the topic is Mac Jones, that means the second round is gone for Mac Jones. So if you do that, again, you have to sign him to an extension. And again, it's going to make the Falcons, still look bad because you still got this rookie on a rookie deal and you're not even playing him. But you extended another quarterback from another team, still got this rookie, not going to extend him. And regardless, you still paddling backwards regardless. It just
if Mike Penix don't come back this year and not able to play this year, that's still a bad move.
Michael Penix will be back this year though, bro.
No, I'm just saying, what if he didn't?
Oh, I mean, well, if was a fifth, but we know he's gonna be back. That's what I'm saying. I mean, just be honest.
I get where you're going with that. I get where you're going.
I'm just saying, a month ago, having this conversation, it would have been different. But we know for a fact that somewhere down the line, Michael Penix is playing this year. So we can eliminate the what if he don't play this year thing. It's just how many games is he going to play? That's what the conversation that we're at now. I'm thinking if Michael Penix is healthy, Mac Jones is healthy. If hypothetically Mac Jones beats out Michael Penix, now you have to pay 2 quarterbacks again. Then on top of that, the guy that you possibly want to have on the rookie contract and build around the team, now you don't have that access anymore because you're paying Mac Jones to be your starter and Penix to be your backup now.
But Penix only be 1 year left on his deal. So that's why I said earlier, months ago, if it didn't work out that way, Penix wouldn't play another down because he would be on 1 year deal at that point, and his 5th year option would be canceled, and they would be looking for another quarterback. But I mean, I wouldn't do it either because they've already said they want Penix to be the guy. Tommy Reese made that clear. Ian Cunningham made that clear. So when you talk about veteran, Joe Flacco may be the best point. best player that you could think of, because he was on Stefanski last year in Cleveland. He played well, even though he
That's
fell asleep on the sideline. He played well.
Hey man, black man. Well, I mean, the man got tired. What can I say?
It passed bedtime. Um, Trey Murphy said, "Would y'all cut Captain Kurt 2 Chainz, cut and re-sign him to a cheaper deal? No, let him go on the way he going.
Yeah,
I can see him in Miami if Tua was cut.
possibly. I mean, I'm just thinking about that too. You could. I mean, Kirk Cousins again. I talked about it. There's still that slight chance that he can be cut and brought him, and he can be brought back because it's Stefanski, because he knows the offense, knows the team, everything like that. You think about when he bring him back. I'm pretty sure Kirk Cousins is already still getting paid. He may have to take a vet minimum. And if not, then so you can go ahead and keep on walking. But regardless, you're gonna have to figure out that quarterback situation. I just don't think the Falcons want to bring in a situation to where it's more controversy. I think they want a clear starter for the number one and clear backups just in case something happens to the number one. Hopefully, things go right with the number one so you can continue to still build around the team while the number one is still on that rookie contract. That is ideal for the Falcons, not adding extra quarterback contracts and everything like that, even though they may have to. We'll see.
Yeah, man, I think it's just time for Kurt to move on. I think he cost us the 5th round pick when he got here. Then tried to force a trade. At the trade deadline, it's just time to go. I wish I had that kicking emoji. I'd use it right now. He just got to go.
Bro, personally, I was done with Kurt when he cost us the draft pick because I'm like, how you already walking in the door causing problems? But it was just like, all right, let's just see.
And they paid him 180 million to cause problems. That's sad. And he got 100 million in the first 2 years.
And we only got a couple of more wins. That's it. We paid all that money to get 1 or 2 more wins. That's wild.
Right. And he basically got his guaranteed money the first 2 years.
Mm-hmm. And I know injuries played a part in that too. But regardless, everybody had a hand in it. Kurt had a hand in it. And then he also front office having a hand in it. Raheem having a hand in it. Kirk Cousins knowing that he got this potential young phenom behind him, as in Michael Penix, and he like, man, if I tell these people I'm injured, I'll never get my job back. And I mean, you still end up, not getting your job back until he went down. So it's just like, at the end of the day, man.
It's a tough call, but I mean, it'll get right at the end of the day. It will. But yeah, man, another great pop-up show, man. Thank y'all for stopping through, early in the day. At 3:00, it's almost lunchtime and dinner time in another couple hours. So chicken wing gonna be ready in a little while. But look, always have fun talking to y'all, man. But A1, you know what to do, man.
Hey man, we're gonna see exactly what transpires the rest of the off season with the quarterback position. Hey man, at the end of the day, if people get cut, you may have to look at him. If Tua gets cut, we may have to still look at him regardless. Again, he's not supposed to be our starter. We're still believing in Michael Penix, but we'll see what happens moving forward. But I will say this, A1 Forever Sports, that's the platform on YouTube. Come over and be a part of the A1 family. Thank y'all for the super chats as well over there, because I am officially, in the super chat world as well, just like Smitty. So I appreciate that as well. But also, Hawks Digest, catch me over there as well. Free Ant-Man, for those who know what I'm talking about. You know what you know. But yeah, man, hopefully Ant-Man can go ahead and force his way on out of Minnesota and come on home, because that's where he belongs and that's where he wants to be. But, count your days, Minnesota. If you're watching this, anybody from Minnesota watching this, count your days. But also, Instagram, A1 Forever. Twitter, A1 Forever. The real A1 Forever on TikTok. Y'all be generational, because it's always time to be.
Man, did the thing go out again?
I don't know what happened. I had said what I had said, and then I was just waiting on you.
Oh, my bad. I had to run to the door, man. Somebody at the door.
Okay.
My bad. Yeah. Y'all know where to find me, man. Miss Drill, thank you as always. Appreciate you. Jay said admin will be lit in the ATL. That would change the Atlanta landscape, period. You know what? Me and A1 gonna talk about that, either today or tomorrow. We're gonna try to do a show on that, man. We always talking Falcons. Let's talk Hawks for a change. And until then, Ms. Drea donated to both our channels. Thank you.
Hey, thank you, Ms. Drea. I appreciate it as always. Appreciate anybody donating. Give us $1.
Nah, Big Q, I had to run to the door, man. I'm always doing something, man.
I ain't know what had happened. I finished my stuff up, and then I'm just, just like, okay, I'm go stream yard.
Blank. My bad, y'all. I mean, look, I'm always busy, man. I tell y'all that life hits sometime. Yeah. But yeah, man, y'all catch me on Smitty Sports Machine right here, man. Latest updates, debates, anything that y'all can name, fan questions, I do it all. I'm still working on a quarterback in the draft that I think the Falcons could be looking at on day 3. Before he went back to school, he was considered a first round lock. But him going back to school now, I think he's a late day 2, early day 3 guy. And if we're looking at a young quarterback to back up Michael Penn, I think he's going to be that guy. I will be dropping that sometime tonight or early tomorrow. So y'all stay tuned for that. And also catch me on Twitter at FatBoySlim_21. As we always over there blowing that thing up, me and A1. That's what we do. And thank y'all for tuning in, man. We're going to rock on that because more news is going to drop soon. So trust me, we're going to have some fun, man. But for my boy A1, this is your boy Antoine Smith. I'm going to holler at y'all later, man. Peace.
Peace.